Good evening, students. In succession of the sequential series sessions on environmental sciences, we are going to conclude the subject syllabus today because we are here with the last topic that was due for the completion of our course. The topic remains is institutional support in view of international organizations for environment and wildlife. So we shall be able to talk about students, but for remembrance, though we have talked about certain sessions on the organizations or institutions of international reputation, specifically on environment, wildlife. But in this session, we shall be able to revise certain institutions' supporting role. So we will deliberately discuss certain organizations. So without any further delay, let us proceed towards the discussion. When we used to talk about the environment related organizations or institution, the first of its own kind of institution that we are going to talk about is Earth System Governance Project, that is called as ESGP. It has been established under developed by the auspice of the International Human Dimensions Program on Global Environment Change. It was started in the year of 2009 January, and primarily the headquarters of this particular project called Earth System Governance Project office is hosted at Lund University, Sweden, which is one of the academic research program in terms of institution for the academic purpose. Let us talk about the key functions of this particular project. The Earth System Governance Project aims to contribute to the science on a large complex challenges related to governance of the era of rapid large-scale environmental changes. As we all are there in the environmental change era, where rapid depletion in the environment is being reported throughout the globe. Therefore, it is what the responsibility of such organizations by the name of key functioning that they need to contribute in terms of scientific propagation of certain challenges for governance in terms of rapid environmental changes. This project seeks about to create a better understanding of role of institutions, organizations, and governing mechanism by which we are going to regulate the human aspect related to the relationship of nature and environment. Here, our emphasis will always be there related to the governance mechanism and the role of the institute and organizations for the natural environment. Here, the trio to be talked about, trio in terms of first, we shall be able to talk about institutions and organizations and their human aspect relation to the environment. Then the institution, and the second one is institution and organization and their governance related mechanism related to nature by human regulation. And third, and what large, largely very important, that is the governance mechanism relation to the nature in terms of the in terms of their regulation aspect of mankind. The key functions of Earth System Governance Project is to integrate the governance research at all levels. Here, governance research relate or meant for the broader research related aspect to proclaim that the all total of Earth's or entire globe is a part of the different countries or communities by which the research needs to be collaborate and to be integrated such way so that the global commons can be ensured, but also the local problems for air pollution and preservation of water, water waste treatment or desertification, and soil degradation related issues at very local level are also to be the key areas for this particular project at the very global and the very local level. However, it is related to the natural interdependencies and local environmental pollution, because whenever we talk about the international issues related to the environment or environment related pollution, there are certain things which are connected global to local, and therefore the local pollution and transformation in terms of pollution change or change in global system are easily connected and they are affecting the localities. Therefore, the East System Government Project looks in institution and governance process for both local and global. So it is the key function of this particular program, Earth System Governance Project, or called ESGP, to propagate the processes of the global environmental aspect followed by its local perspective. So, though it's a the national or international reputation topic, but here it needs to be dealt in such a way where the institutions can marginalize the local capacity into it. The last key function which we can talk about relate to Earth System Governance Project is scientific efforts, but also to aims to assist policy responses to the persistent problem of Earth system transformation. Whenever we talk about transformation, we need to understand Earth system transformation meant for the gradual ecological processes or changes by which the people and entire planet related ecology have been controlled. So by this particular program, we are enhancing such systems or ecosystems or such subsystems related to ecology or environment, which may collaborate or which may help the environment as a whole. Let us talk about another important organization or institution of international reputation, that is Global Environmental Facility, or GEF. It was established earlier in the October 1991 as 1 billion pilot program. There was a $1 billion pilot program of World Bank to assist the protection of global environment and to promote environmental sustainable development. This particular program is been identified as the major developmental promotional and program for sustainability in terms of promoting local and regional environmental policies by proclamation of the same at the different uh, cons- uh, continents. So one of the important aspect related to this, the headquarter is of this particular program or this particular institute is heading in Washington, District of Columbia, United States of America. Here are the key functions of this particular program. The key functions related to Global Environmental Facility. It unites 183 countries in partnership with international institutions, civil societies, and civil societies related organizations and private sector to address global environmental issues. So, in larger propagation, it is the sum total of the organization by the name of countries and civic societies for the and even the private sector for addressing proper global environmental issues in a proper and supportive manner. It also talks about the larger public funds of the projects to improve the global environment and An independently operating financial organization under GF provides the grant for the major international or global environmental programs or global environmental programs, which are: one is to conserve the biodiversity at the global or continental level, to ease out the problem related to the climate change, international water issues, land degradation, and ozone layer. And there are many other programs of the persistence of organic pollutant are to be addressed at very continental, regional, national, and local level, by which the organization providing funding support, they provides the different functioning support by the name of different conventions, as we can see here in terms of the PPT, in terms of the points related to the PPTs. We can draw the line funding, and then after the conventions, and conventions are to be talked about in terms of conventions on biological diversity, United Nations Framework Convention on Climate, that is called UNFCCC, that we have already discussed. UN Convention of Combat of Desertification. Whenever we talk about deserts, are the outcome of the situation related to the environmental problems. Then Stockholm Convention on Persistent Organic Pollutants, POPs. So whenever we talk about persistent organic pollutant, these are the problem areas of the very regional, local, continental, subcontinental, continental, or maybe we can say the global problems. And then lastly, the GEF contributed, funded, had created a grand amount of conventions throughout the world for the periphery of the environment benefits, that is Minamata Convention on Mercury. So these are the important key functions by the name of the the environment related aspects. Then there is another organization that we are going to talk about, that is Global Green Growth Institution, that is called GGGI. Triple GI was first launched as think tank in 2010 by Korean President Lee Myung-bak, and was later converted into the international treaty-based organization in 2012 at Rio 20 Plus Summit in Brazil. Obviously, the headquarters was there in Seoul, Republic of Korea, as it was in the commencement program for the thinking tank for the Korean president, then Korean president a decade before, and then it is converted into the program of Rio Earth Summit in Brazil. The key functions related to the organization called GGGI works to produce three major outcomes. When we talk about these three major outcomes, these are to be understood as the important aspect related to the major outcomes of adaptation and implementation of green growth plans, then provision of research of policymakers and private sector engagement in the implementation of the national greenhouse growth plans. So all these three aspects are very important. And whenever we talk about first three, that is adoption and implementation of green growth plans. When we talk about green growth plan, is a statutory plan by the name of the GGGI provision under the United Nations, and this particular program multitude the responsibility of the major countries under the United Nations, that they need to ensure the adoption of the green growths, and then they need to implement the same in the program. And then followed by the same, the provision of research and policy making in that particular area is the key work of the major international or human societies by the name of government, NGOs, and public-private sectors. And then after the implementation of the same, engagement of both private and other sectors, those are not been the part of the green growth plans initially. So this is the formally one of the important criteria as a function. Then secondly, the organization uses three approaches also for three major outcomes. For three major outcomes, they have got three approaches, and all three approaches may be taken care as one of the important outcomes. One is green growth plan implementation that we have talked about. G, GGP and I, that is green growth plan implementation for the first program. One area is the major outcome that they have talked about. Then is the knowledge development and management, that is KDM, knowledge development in the shape of creation of such knowledge content which is useful in terms of research for the global diversification for getting the growth of the greenery throughout the planet. So that is what the green knowledge development in or KDM is all about. And then last, public private cooperation, PPC, that we have talked about. It is what the proliferation of the partnership in terms of the government organization, public utilities, or the private organizations or institutions, so that the broader corporation may be created by the name of the organization support. Then it is to ensure the funding is the key criteria to be talked about. Whenever we talk about funding, funds are being contributed by the members, and through commencing by the commencement of the fund by the different members countries, it is their role, key role, so that the I mean a, a, a common practices in terms of common receiving of the fund can be ensured, and then by this the international organization can participate in the major outcome related practices. Let us proceed further. The next program which is related to this particular function, that is chemo. That is nowhere the abbreviation is like what the program is. It is the technical term that is being provided. Local authorities in International Environmental Organization. Chemo was founded in August 1990s by 4 municipalities. This is related to a program where the municipalities of the local authorities relates their environmental related concerns and their approaches, and that makes a program called chemo. These 4 municipalities, and from these modest start, has grown in the size of represent over 70 members in Belgium, Denmark, and Faroes Island, Germany, the Netherlands, Sweden, and United Kingdom. So these are the major programs, programming municipalities, and later on the membership was gradually upgraded from 4 to 70 members. The headquarter of this particular organization is there is in Iceberg, Denmark. As far as chemo is concerned, they are to look after the environment, of course, for the European prospect. Chemo is committed for the development of sustainable coastal communities by first they were concentrating on the coastal development mainly in Europe, and they are talking about, or they were concerned about, preventing pollutions of seas and coastal waters of northwestern Europe and preserving, improving, and enhancing them for future generations. So it is what the major European countries, by the name of the major municipalities, they comes uh, into the collaboration, and then they had tried to improve the coastal line of Europe, and then they had start improving, enhancing, and preserving, improving, and enhancing the same for the futuristic generation by sustainable development. Protection of coastline communities from the impact of marine pollution and climate change was one of the key area or key task for particular organization called KIMO. It represents or representing the members, local authorities, and associate members at the international and national level that they were following. Now we are going to talk about a very important international organization that we used to study already, that is called IPCC, Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change. And this is one of the key organization in the United Nations, which provides an opportunity for having a common head or join the head process for the global climate change issues. When we used to talk about establishment, by the establishment of the organization, by whom it has been established, it was first established in the year of 1988 by two United Nations organization, the World Meteorological Organization, that we used to call as WMO, and United Nations Environmental Program, that we used to call as UNEP. So UNEP and WMO was one of the were among the important nationals where they were contributing, and later endorsed by the United Nations General Assembly. The headquarters of this particular organization is there in the Geneva, Switzerland, and IPCC is one of the key program under UNEP that we had talked about, or it has been initially it has been the idea of meteorological organization, and then it was converted into the joint conversion under the UNEP later, as we had already discussed. The key functions of IPCC are: IPCC produces reports that supports the United Nations Framework Conventions on Climate Change under UNFCCC, that is called United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. So it was produces in terms of report making. So United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, the gradual function or key function of IPCC is to put forward the reports or of the series convention. IPCC reports covers all relevant information to understand the risk of human-induced climate changes. Human-induced climate change. Now here we need to understand what is human-induced climate change. Whenever we talk about climate change, most of the time you as a student or I as a subject teacher had an idea, we are not talking about any climate change related activities because of nature. Rather, we are talking about these climate change scenarios prevailed by the human actions, and that is the problem. And that is the problem area, because gradually we have witnessed that human intervention onto the planet had made this planet worsen because of climate change, because of emission of global carbon standard higher and higher, so that the problems are imposed. And IPCC does not carry out its own original research. It creates a benchmarking in terms of research of the 1,000 scientists and other experts contributes on a voluntary basis. In this particular PPT presentation, I had included this particular yellow pointer. You need to visualize it very carefully. In the year 2007, IPCC was the awardee for the Nobel Peace Prize. Now you'll talk about IPCC is the organization related to the environmental concern. Why the National or Global Peace Prize or Nobel Peace Prize was shared? It was shared between an environmentalist, an American environmentalist, and IPCC. The reason being, this was a key work they had provided in terms of the global scenarios. The aim of IPCC was the assess scientific information relevant to. There are three things to be talked about. This particular yellow slide, yellow pointer which I have used, it is showcasing the importance of this particular program, and these are the aims of the program. This is to assess scientific information relevant to one is human included climate change. We are talking about the climate change related problem, that the human inclusion. Then it's the impact of human included climate change. Third is option for adoption and mitigation for the climate change. So these are the key functions related to the IPCC. Now we are going to talk about one more important organization that we have recently talked about prior to videos. I mean, last video, and before that we had talked about IUCN. It is an conservation organization for nature or wildlife. So this is what the, as our topic is related to environment and wildlife, so this is one of the major organization which is talking about the conservation of nature, which is based on the environment by the name of the wildlife. Established by International Union for Conservation of Nature, IUCN, is the world's oldest and largest global environmental organization, and this is one of the most widely accepted older or oldest global environmental organization, founded in the year of 1948. Today, IUCN, the largest professional global conservation network, IUCN has more than 1,200 members organizations, including 2,000 plus government plus 900 plus non-governmental organizations. So you can see the umbrella under IUCN by the name of United Nations. IUCN is nurturing or paying very commanding work for the conservation of nature. Headquarters is located at Glen near Geneva in Switzerland. Let us talk about the key functions related to this particular institution or organization. As we have already discussed, it is the key area of the organization is to conserve the biodiversity, which is its central mission. The main areas of functions are: one, there are three areas to be talked about very importantly. You may note down because it may be very important as far as exams are also concerned. There are three things to be talked about. One is the science, one is the action, and one is the influence. And these are the key functions of the IUCN in terms of the conservation of biodiversity in the context of the IUCN. So this is one of the most important phenomena. Now, once we are talking about the science, IUCN is red listed of threatened species. This is the trademark specially mentioned here. IUCN have got there are two types of lists: red list and green list. So red list is under the scientific journals, and by which there are threatened species by which there's a proper mentioning by the name of regions and scientific regime, so that the different international different countries or international societies, communities have to look after the well-being of this particular conservation. Conservation is a great aspect nowadays. It needs to be strengthened such a way where the action needs to be taken. When we talk about the science, science does not appropriately function until we are not talking about its functionality. So action is to be talked about. Hundreds of conservation projects all over the world. It have got a credit of having 100 or more than 100 projects succeeded throughout the globe, which is the phenomenal or the applauding task for this particular organization. Influence, though the collective strength of more than 1200 government and non-governmental member organizations. So that is the kind of potential of influencing the organizations. This we need to understand. And propagation of all such things in the other way, there is funding. Funding is the key area funded by the most of the governments, bilateral and multilateral agencies, foundations, members, and the corporations. So IUCN is the oldest organization in the globe for the environmental conservation, as we have already talked about. If you talk about more contribution of IUCN, they talk about governance of by a council elected by members organization every 4 years at IUCN World Conservation Congress. Observer status as United Nations as General Assembly. This organization is such an important organization for International Environmental Issues Program, or UNEP also, because General Assembly of UN, or UN's General Assembly, is providing the key role. So this is GA, or General Assembly is of UN, is responsible for this particular organization. General Assembly of United Nations is dealing the observer status that meant for. This is one of the key or important organization as far as international reputation is concerned. United Nations Environmental Program of called UNEP. It was established when and by whom? UNEP is the key topic, and I believe this is an important topic as far as environmental science is concerned, or the topics related to environmental science are concerned. Established when and by whom? It was founded as a result of UN Conference on Human Environment, Stockholm Conference 1972. Headquarter was there in Nairobi, Kenya. Let us talk about the key functions. It coordinates about environmental activities, assisting developing countries in implementing environmentally sound policies and practices. So that is a great contribution. Its activities covers a wide range of issues regarding the atmosphere, marine and terrestrial ecosystem, environmental governance, green economy. There are 5 areas to be talked about. One is the atmosphere. Second is marine and terrestrial ecosystem. Third is the environmental related governance. And fourth is the green economy. And the fifth one is the association of all such issues altogether. So these are the 5 areas or activities to be covered. UNEP has been active in funding and implementing environment related development projects. It is what the credit of the UNEP, which provides an opportunity for everyone to look after the strengthening task for the organizations of numerous capacities which are doing environmentally sound policies and practices. UNEP is also one of the several implementing agencies of the global environmental facilities, which we have already discussed in a prior slide, and multilateral funds for the implementation of Montreal Protocol. The funding for this particular organization is being regulated by UN under different projects, and especially UN Environment to implement its global regional work and back contributors throughout the countries. Biocarbon Fund Initiative is an important organization. I suppose this is going to be the last one, I guess, the organization, and after this we are going to complete this particular topic. Established in or Biocarbon Fund Initiative for Sustainable Forest Landscape is a multilateral fund supported by donor governments and managed by World Bank. So basically it is a kind of funding program initiative being propagated by different governments and World Bank. Operational aspect comes into the existence in the year of 2013. Headquarters is there in USA. Let us talk about the key functions of this particular project called Biocarbon Fund Initiative. It seeks about it seeks to promote reduced greenhouse gas emissions from the land sector, from deforestation and forest degradation in developing countries. As we have discussed in our latest last video related to the organizations, REDD, we have talked about conventions, and conventions video on our YouTube channel that we have discussed about this particular organization. And from sustainable agriculture as well as smart land use planning policies and practices that we have talked about as an important ingredient. So when we are talking about this kind of propagations or this kind of systematic contribution in terms of forest degradation or sustainable agriculture, these are, or proper land use planning policies and practices, these are the criteria of or similar criteria of environmental work. The initiative will be managed or will be managed by Biocarbon Fund in terms of public-private program housed within the World Bank that mobilize, finance, or activities that squeezes or conserves carbon emissions. Now, squeezers meant for whenever you, as an institution, tries to squeeze the proportion of the carbon or conserve emission in terms of forest and agriculture system, that is one of the key area. The functioning of Biocarbon Fund is being regulated by public-private programs mobilized within the World Bank and the financial activities which are squeezer and conserve carbon emission. So squeezing the emission through the forest and the agriculture system. Yet we have not addressed, or yet we have not been accepting the fact that forest and agricultural system related emission of carbon is gradually very high, and that is also a problem area, so that the Biocarbon Fund is functioning. The new initiatives like sustainable forest landscape or land management practices across the landscapes, or improve livestock management related to climate smart agriculture or sustainable forest management are the key areas or functions, followed by the protection of forest and getting greener and securing supply chain aspect. When we talk about this supply chain aspect, we gradually forget that it has got a lot of interrelation or interrelation between the forest, the agriculture work, the live stock management related to the important ingredients which are emitting carbon. So landscape related management or practices related to landscape, including the livestock management, climate smart agricultural mechanism, all are very important, and they need to be integrated such a way where we can have the all win-win situation by the name of the controlled or proper emission, I mean low down of emission of carbon throughout the globe by each and every activity. It acts as an actor. It meant for the initiative of Biocarbon Fund. Acts as a range of actors, including private sector, and initially through a portfolio out of 6 programs in Africa, Asia and Latin America. Funding is made up by Norway and United Kingdoms and Kingdom or UK, United Kingdom and USA together committed for $280 million up to $135 million from Norway and $125 by UK. These are some statistics which are not very important for all of us to look after, but getting the fund for this particular program is by United Kingdom, United States, and Norway. These are the regional program. So after this particular discussion, we are ended with our discussion. Now I am in a process of recording this particular video, and now I had successfully record this particular video, I guess. So I am going to conclude this session here and going to announce also that by this or by completing this topic, we are now completed 100% syllabus of environmental sciences for BBA program, which I was conducting. And for this particular thing, I had tried to share every possible document, the PPTs, the PDFs, the YouTube channels, recording. Even after this, as I'm doing as a practice, after uploading this video, I will place the link here and will share with you guys. So what all you are waiting for, you must collect your notes and start framing of your studies. Wish you good luck, good night, and thank you.